Good morning. I have no idea why I'm usually smiley, but I feel extra smiley this morning. I feel good this morning. Like I feel good inside. I know, I talk about it. I'm gonna keep talking about it. Just so y'all know. So a couple of things before I get into the statement for today, and we're going to talk about erotic energy, arousal, and this story of being used by people that we're in relationships with. I feel like I have a lot to say this morning. But before I get into that, one of the things that has happened during this time. Good morning. She's like, yes, we're gonna talk about the energy of arousal. I probably should have put that in there. I didn't put that in there. What did I put in there? I didn't even finish putting the title in there. During this pandemic, I have gotten back into my health and fitness stuff. I have, oh, look at that mystery mask. Sorry, I'm just playing around with the stuff down here. I didn't realize there were all of these options for when you go live and what you do. What? That's so cool. That's amazing. All right. Anyway, good morning. If you're just joining, I didn't put anything in the title. I have to switch it, but we're going to be talking about arousal. So I just wanted to give you a heads up as you join. So during this pandemic, it gave me some time to slow down. It gave me some time to get back into my health and fitness. It gave me some time to reconnect to myself. I try to look for the silver linings, the gold, and everything. That is what an alchemist does. And if I call myself an alchemist, that's what I do. And so one of the things that I have gotten back into is this in the morning of filling my body with things. The first thing I put in my body is water. Like I take a sip of water just to it's like a confirmation. Like I'm awake, I'm here. This is how I'm starting my day. My phone apps don't turn on till 8 a.m. because I used to kind of like wake up, roll over, and start looking at things like, barely eyes awake, right? Can't do that anymore. I've been working on getting my energy up so I can get up earlier to really get my deeper meditation in. This 40-day process has helped me. As I read the statements, I meditate with them, but I want to get deeper meditation in, and this getting a probiotic in and getting these antioxidants in, and I have watched it make a difference in my body. I am definitely more alert, more energetic, more aware, and then I get my coffee in later. So this has been a life changer for me. I don't see me ever not drinking this first thing in the morning to get my gut flowing and to wake my body up. So if you're interested, let me know, and I can tell you more about what I've got in this bottle here. All right, so The Abundance Book, John Randolph Price. We're talking about arousal. We're talking about how we feel like people use us, like we're in a relationship with somebody and then it doesn't work out, or we sleep with somebody and we're like, oh, they used me. Like that was all coming through me this morning because I have a story around that. All right, so let me read this statement for today. So this is statement 9, although it's day 19, it's statement 9. Oh gosh, and tomorrow we'll be done with the second cycle. When I am totally aware of the God self within me as my total fulfillment, I am totally fulfilled. I am now aware of this truth. I have found the secret of life, and I relax in the knowledge that the activity of divine abundance is eternally operating in my life. I simply have to be aware of the flow, the radiation of that creative energy which is continuously, easily, and effortlessly pouring forth from my divine consciousness. I am now aware. I am now in the flow. When I am aware of the God self within me as my total fulfillment, I am totally fulfilled. I am now aware of this truth. I have found the secret of life, and I relax in the knowledge that the activity of divine abundance is eternally operating in my life. I simply have to be aware of the flow, the radiation of that creative energy which is continuously, easily, and effortlessly pouring forth from my divine consciousness. I am now aware. I am now in the flow. So let's talk about that when it comes to relationships and sex. First of all, real quick, I put it this feels like heaven. Like I'm holding this in my hand. It feels like I've got like the sword of freaking Gondor in my hand. If y'all never watched The Lord of the Rings, this is a selenite wand. It is designed to cleanse the aura. I feel like I hear buzzing in my ear now. I picked this up at a shop, and I can literally, like, when I hold it in my hand, it's I can feel it. That's all I can say. So this has been magical, and I just wanted to share it. If you don't have a wand like this, get one. I've wanted this for a while. Get one. So, all right. Let's talk about this radiation. And in the first week, the first 10 statements ago, I spoke about how when we are in this flow, how this radiates out of us and then into the world, right? And how that's a way to change the world. Like if you really want to change the world, start changing the inner you, and then everything around you will begin to change. It's like a domino effect. When it comes to our romantic relationships, and we've been, if you've been following the past 8 days or so when I've been focusing on relationships, then you know at this point that we are attracting back what we see, right? So if you're attracting a certain type of man or woman into your life and you're doing it over and over and over again, it's a good sign that you need to look at your patterns. It's a good sign that you need to look at your energy and look at what it is that you truly think, because what you think you want and what you truly think are two different things, and you're attracting what's here, right? The stuff that you think you can't see. So I wanted to talk about this when I'm aware of the God self within me as my total fulfillment, as my source of love. I am totally fulfilled. I am filled up with love. We talked about this, right? I am, when I'm aware of this, I know that I am loved, and I know that I am loved. So there's no need for me to desperately seek it outside of myself, because I am this. I am now aware of this truth. So I know this now. It's embedded in me. It's in my cells. I have found the secret of life, and I relax in the knowledge that the activity of divine abundance is eternally operating in my life. There's a constant flow of love in my life. That I am constantly filled with love. Through myself, I am filled with love. Through those I interact with, I am filled with love. This is happening because the constant activity of divine abundance. I simply have to be aware of the flow. And here's where it's like being aware of the truth and aware of the flow. This is what we're working through. I simply have to be aware of the flow, the radiation of that creative energy, which continuously, easily, and effortlessly pouring forth from my divine consciousness, which is continuously. I am now aware. I am now in the flow. So when we are aware of this, when we acknowledge it, when we allow the constant energy of divine consciousness to be that which flows through everything that we do, arms, legs, everything stretches out into the world and radiates out. We draw back into our space that love, that feeling? What if we draw into our space someone who we thought was that, but they are not? So I've talked about the fact that we are mirrors for each other. We all are mirrors for each other. Those who we get involved with are mirrors for us. There are lessons to be learned in that. And so, if that is indeed the case, then I want you to think back on people who you thought used you for sex. Because I hear this phrase often from women. From men, I hear that she used, and I do speak in, it's easy for me to speak in gender specific terms, but you can apply this to anything. So there are men who will say she used me for my money, and there are women who will say he used me for sex. And I want us to re-examine that. How exactly were you used? Did you not agree to participate in whatever activities were taking place? Because if you weren't, that's not being used. That's assault. That's something different. Or that's theft. That's something different. But if you agreed to participate in taking someone out to dinner or having sex with them, and you didn't get what you wanted or what you thought you were supposed to get as an end result of the activities, well, you weren't used. You weren't clear. You weren't honest. You lied. Just like you think they did. So there are men who are upset because, they take a woman out to dinner. They mad because she came out and got a free meal. Because if they spent that money, in their mind, without having a conversation, there's some expectation of what should happen. And when it doesn't happen, then he's like, man, she used me for food. Same with women. We will do our best to sex a man into a relationship. So I had to do an exercise where I had to do this chronology of different relationships that I've had. And I realized that with some of them, some of my patterns were I thought I could sex this man into a relationship. Like I thought if I did some of the, I'm being honest with y'all, I thought if I did some of the freakiest shit, I thought if I blew his mind, that somehow he would want to be with me on that basis. On that. That was the reasoning that he should want to be with me. Right? Not my sparkling personality, not, my communication skills. Though I've done that too. I've been manipulative in that way as well. Well, not even air quotes. I've been manipulative in that way as well. Let me be the one that he talks to. Let me be the one to, like Alicia Keys says, I'll keep your secrets. Your secrets are safe with me. And of course all of that was true. And what was also true was I was trying to get him to be my man. I was trying to get him to be with me. And I was trying to go through the back door and then the upstairs window and, trying to leave all the breadcrumbs so that he could wake up one day like the movies, and go, oh my God, it's been you all along. How could I not see it? How did I not know that you were the love of my life? You see how the rom-coms got y'all fucked up? And then when it didn't happen, when he was like, oh, thanks. So I found myself in this really great relationship. I was like, oh, devastated. I did all these things things for you. You used me. You used me. Really though? Come on. And I know some of y'all have done it. And the same, again, going back to the men, the same thing. Same thing. I'm going to take her out. I'm going to buy her this. I'm going to show her that, you know. And she's just like, yeah, cool, thanks. And then when she's like over there with that dude, guy's like, psst, so I'm not spending no money on these, psst. You know, they just all they just want my wallet, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're interested in me. Did you show her you? Did you show her you? Or did you just agree to fund her life in the hopes that you could kind of buy her? That she would want to stick with you because she would see how well you would take care of her financially? Like, you looking for a woman? You looking for like a pay-to-play exchange? Like, what are you looking for love that way? We're looking for love this way, for real. This is how many of us are looking for love and grasping for it. We're not living in the divine flow of abundance and allowing that to radiate out and draw the love into us. No, we're being manipulative asshats, trying to toy with someone's mind and emotions in the hopes that they will see how valuable we are. Why would we do that? And why would we just not say, you know what, I'm really interested in you. I would like to be in a relationship with you. Do you think we can make that happen? Why are we just not honest? Why are we not honest in saying, hey, look, I'm looking for a wife. You know, I want to be married. I'm looking for a husband. I want to be married. I'm looking for a long-term partnership. I'm looking for someone to add to my harem. You know, I'm seeing 2 other people, but I like you too, and I would like to also see you too. Why are we not honest with what we're looking for? Because we're afraid that then they won't stick around. We're afraid that if we're honest with our desires, then this person that we clearly already have some pull toward will say, that's not for me. And we might be left alone or without them. We will be left without the feeling they provide for us, because many of us aren't actually looking to love someone. We're looking for someone to love us and give us that gushy good feeling. We like how they make us feel. That's not abundance. That's ego-based and it's fear. When you're in abundance, when you know that you are connected to that divine consciousness and that it is always operating through you, always operating and radiating out from you, always you are in constant connection with this. Then you tell someone, hey, I'm interested in having a husband. And they're like, no, that's not for me. Okay, thanks. It was wonderful meeting you. No worries. Hey, I'm interested in in a husband. No, that's not for me. No, it's okay. No worries. And you're okay with that. You're okay with that. You're not, like the other day when we were discussing, you're not in a race to find someone to be with so you can feel something, because you're already all of that. And guaranteed, those folks will be like, yeah, that's not really for me, but there's something about you though that I'd like to at least get to know you better. That's not your doorway to say, got him, and start the manipulation patterns though. And the reason why they'll say there's something about you that I want to get to know you better is because you are radiating out something that they most likely have not felt before, because most of us are not radiating out an abundance of love. And so when let me give you an example, actually. So the shop that I went into to get this beautiful wand that feels like orgasms and juicy goodness, right? When I went into the shop, well, first of all, I was annoyed because I couldn't go into the shop, right? Because you can only have 5 people at a time. And so I walked in, I was very excited. It's this crystal shop, I'd never been in before. And she's like, hi. She's like, I'm so sorry, I have the maximum amount of people in here. Now, I have yet to experience someone saying that, I think. And my ego was like it hit me, like it literally hit me like a wave, like, oh. And I could feel the inner me like, I can't come in the store? And you know, what came out of my mouth was, oh, okay, well, I'll wait. Now, at this point, it was like 5:25. The store closed at 6. So I'm outside impatiently waiting to get into a crystal store with Buddha statue. Like, the juxtaposition is crazy, right? I'm outside. My ego is all over me, waiting to go into this magnificent place of love and patience and kindness, right? And so I'm wondering when these people are going to leave the store so I can go in and get what I want, right? And so these 2 people walk out, I go in, you know, kind of huff, grab a basket, you know, and start looking around. Like, I'm not even like, I'm not in the floor of the store, right? I'm like, I gotta get in. Like, the New York in me is like, is on, you know, I'm looking at all the crystals, boom, boom, all right, I'm gonna take this one. Yeah, I feel this one. Because my spirit's still in there, like, get that. And my ego's like, okay, all right, fine, you know, and it's getting it. And so then I go to wait on the line. And there's this woman there with her 2 daughters, and they're getting a chain and a bracelet, and, you know, and I'm standing there 6 feet apart, and I'm like, tapping my inner foot in my mind of impatience. And I'm like, Maisha, what are you doing? Like, this woman is in here buying these crystal jewelry things for her 2 daughters. Like, what is wrong with you? Where are you racing off to? Where are you racing to? So I start to breathe, you know, and bring it in a little bit. Like, let them enjoy their moment. And my sons are waiting outside, so I'm thinking about that too, right? Because they're outside the store and they're ready to go home. And I'm like, and let them enjoy their moment. So I get to the register, and this woman, I don't know if it's her shop, she just works there, I don't know what it is, but this woman's energy felt like someone washing your hair. Y'all know what it's like when you go to the salon and they've got their fingers in your hair, and it's like, you know, they're scrubbing it, and you're just really like, oh, at the sink. And it feels so amazing. Her energy, like, I can feel it now. Her energy felt like that, radiating out from her. So I give her the stones that I got, and then I you know, she's ringing me up. I see the wand. I grab the wand, and the way she's packing things and the way she's rolling it up, and she's taking her time. She's in no rush. Not a one rush. She's not interested in my time whatsoever. She's singing to herself, and she's treating everything with beauty and love and care. And I'm standing at the register like, oh. Like, I just feel all of me melt into the vibration of the love that she is radiating out. And while this is not sexual, the love that she radiated out felt so arousing. It felt so good in my body, on my body, like it penetrated me. It penetrated me. And I was, by the time she was done wrapping my stuff and putting it in the bag, and I gave her the money and all that, I was just like, thank you. She's like, you have a good day. I was like, you too. And I walked out of the store, and I was like, oh my God, like, I have to come back here. She's this. That's what you can do when you are aware of the divine energy that courses through you, when you are constantly connected with that mind of abundance within you. It radiates out into the world and people can feel you. They can feel you. I just want to wrap up this one part before I get into the arousal. So knowing and understanding this, please know you have not been used by someone because they had sex with you and then you didn't get the relationship you wanted from them. If anything, you were using them. You were using them and attempting to lie to them about what you truly wanted. If anything, they showed up as who they were. But you were the one who came into it with expectations that were unsaid, that were unclear, that you didn't make known. You were the one who chose this person. You were using them to feel good. You were using them to fill your own egoic purposes. You were using them for orgasmic pleasure. So who's in the wrong there? If you're a man who's taking women out to dinner, talking about they're using you for a free meal, well then just stop that shit. Cut it out. You want to know where she stands with you? Tell her to meet you and take a long walk like Jill Scott said. Cut out this dumbness about you got to show her, you got to impress her up front. And ladies, cut. Well, if he takes me out, he's got to take me out to eat. Does he really? You look at how you're already setting up the priority in this relationship. You're not trying to get to know him. You're trying to see what he can do for you. You want him to prove himself to you. Why not just go for a walk? Grab a cup of tea or coffee. See if you even want to spend another moment with this person. Why would you subject yourself to an hour and a half dinner just to get some free food? And not even be interested in the guy? That's not this. It's not. And then perhaps the next time you all meet, once you establish that you're radiating out something to each other, well then yeah. Let him treat you to something wonderful. Absolutely. Men, when you've connected with her, connect with her. Then yeah. Let her know how you're going to take care of her moving forward. Some of y'all might disagree with it. That's cool. Don't care. I'm telling you right now, it's what I tell my sons. You are not to pull out your wallet spending $250 on a meal for some woman that you barely know. We're not doing that here. You pull out your wallet and you take her for dessert or something like that and get to know her. See if she's worth that. And ladies, you do the same. Allow your energy to emanate out and radiate out first before you start trying to manipulate a man into being with you, thinking that if you suck his dick better than everybody else, then you can get him to stay. If you got that tight puss with the yoni eggs, that you can get him to stay. Is that all you got? That's it? Because there's a lot of that out there. No. Radiate. Know that you are already that which you are seeking. And so don't stress about trying to make this one or that one the one. Be okay. So arousal. A funny thing happens when you start living in this state or understanding that you are connected to divine source creation energy is that you start emanating an energy of arousal. When people are around you, there's something that draws them to you. There's something they can feel in you that makes them want to be around your energy. Because what they're feeling is this love. And that's why I say this goes beyond sex, y'all. Like, arousal isn't just about intercourse, but it's like, it's having your senses activated. It's that feeling like I felt with this woman, like I feel when I hold this wand in my hand, but like I felt with that woman in the store. You walk in someplace and people are just like, what can I do for you? How can I help you? What do you need? You will find that you will start to attract people to you who want to be in relationships with you. And they might not know, if they aren't aware of that divine consciousness that flows through them. They might just say, this is just something about you when I'm around you. I don't know what it is. You know what it is. Still don't use that to manipulate them, right? Come on. But you know what it is. And that's what's radiating out. That's when I talk about people living from their orgasmic soul's desires, when I talk about people living from an orgasmic state, it's that. It's knowing that you are this, I love the cream-filled finger because it reminds me of semen, and who doesn't like semen, but you are that, like that finger. Like if this were the whole creator, and it's just like fingers stretching in, like billions of fingers stretching into this, like, boop, to this meat suit. You are that. And when that energy fills you up and lights you up like The Last Dragon, love that movie, at the end, when he's all lit up, like Tamek is all lit up, looking hot, fresh. I saw that when I was 12. I was like, that man, I want him. I met him, by the way. I have a picture with him. I met him. I was like, yes! I only have one of my husbands that I haven't met yet, and that's Ralph Tresvant. Ralph, I gotta meet you, boo. You're the only one left. I met all the others. So when you have that energy emanating from you, that glow, it radiates out and pulls in according to your desires. When you are aware of the God self within you as your total fulfillment, the total source of your love, you are totally fulfilled. You are now aware of this truth. You have found the secret of life, and you relax in the knowledge that the activity of divine abundance and love, and I feel this in my clitoris right now, I'm just saying, divine abundance and love is eternally operating in your life. You simply have to be aware of this flow, this radiation of that creative energy, which is continuously, easily, and effortlessly pouring forth from your divine consciousness, just pouring forth. Gush. You are now aware. You are now in the flow, the orgasmic flow, the flow of arousal. Just let all that swirl around you. Let your body feel into those words and open up to the receptiveness of that. And then you take that energy out with you into the day and see if you don't start attracting some different types of people, opportunities, all of that into your life. Because you are in the orgasmic flow. Because that all divine mind of creative energy is sensual energy. It's sensual and sexual energy, because sexual energy is the energy of creation. You are now aware. You are now in the flow. So no one can use you. No one can take advantage of you. They can simply show where you're blocking the flow within you. They're there to show you where you are not allowing that flow of abundance to come through you. They're there to show you where you're not being honest with yourself. But they're not using you any more than you are using them. That is all for today, for this morning. Happy Monday to ya. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching the replay. Go out and have a fucking abundant day. Bye.